Hello and welcome. Let's take a look at PIVX and an interesting day trading situation today. Not much happening as far as both the silver market in US dollars and the Bitcoin market in US dollars, as it's going sideways with very low volatility in both cases. Let's take a look at this, which has had a very extended period going sideways. Maybe it's getting closer to 3 weeks or so. I have an 18 average band on here. It's weighted for the highs and the lows. So therefore, the market, which was supporting the 18 average of here on the first downward movement, which set up this symmetrical triangle that continued sideways, fell in here and then spent a total of a week correcting within this band. Now what I'm looking for is a break above it. Well, that's what's happening now, which means it's testing this previous high. It's already managed to make it to that point and barely come back down. This high is about 90. It got to that point today, and now it's back down to 86. You got this high in here, which would be the next one. But if there's any moment where you could say, you know what, is there a decent chance this thing might break it like soon, like today or tomorrow kind of deal? Well, it's a lot better than it was any of these days, because here I'm saying, well, maybe, but I mean, and the situation when you have any type of neutrality mode, usually these things result themselves in the path of least resistance. So it's better to bet long and wait for the breakout than it is to bet short and wait for the breakdown, just simply by looking at the chart. And especially now, because it's making what has the potential for an immediate bullish setup. And immediate means the next day, 2 into 3. As far as a day trade that made my morning, what I like to do on different codes, tokens, is find different places where I can get in cheap and get out for a decent gain, and Uno is one of them. On April the 5th at 9:30 in the morning almost, I put a buy order in for 555 back in here, which got executed on the 7th day of April at 3:41 in the morning, which would have been when I was sleeping. But when I woke up that morning, here we are 7:46, I placed 2 sell orders, one for 609 and one for 623, which got executed this morning at 7:46.48. Now I was unaware at the time this morning when this happened that I had 2 orders in, but I did see a pop-up come on the screen stating, you just sold Uno. So I went to the actual exchange where I can trade it. And what I noticed was, okay, I just sold at 620 and I can buy for like well below 550. So I quickly put a bid in at 539 and change, because the highest bid was well lower than that, like 537, 538. So I thought I'll put this in. I put this in at 7:47.26, translating into 38 seconds after the order was filled. And it took only 4 seconds for me to buy this. That was sweet. That was sweet. But what was even sweeter was to put an immediate sell in, again, taking the number 1 position. The lowest ask was higher than 637.8, so it shows that number. It took me 18 seconds from the time that I made the purchase to put an order in, and instantly it sold. I then tried to keep the game going. Of course, now I didn't win this time. Put a buy order in around here. And then I got in a bidding war where someone would overbid me a little bit, and I go 55, someone would go 55.01, I go 55.1. They go 55.11, I go 55.2, and then someone goes 57.58, and it's like, okay, 52. So I was trying to buy in here. Then the buy orders got crazy in here, and I settled back in here. So that is what made my day, just for a quick little trade. But again, not much is going on right now. I'm going to actually talk about the NHL playoffs later this morning. And you can check that out later today. And if something happens in silver and or Bitcoin or some other crypto that catches my attention, I'll put something out then. Take care.